People get fired every day, for all kinds of reasons. But most of us don't expect to get fired from our job because we're doing exactly what we were hired to do. Unfortunately, that's what happened to me in 2021, when I lost my teaching position at the North Carolina Governor's School. Administrators fired me after I delivered a series of optional lectures that I had done several times before and with no complaints. What was the controversial subject matter of my final lecture? Ironically enough, it was a talk on the very principles of free inquiry and viewpoint diversity that we touted as the heart and soul of our program. My name is Dr. David Phillips. I hold a PhD in comparative literature from the University of North Carolina. For 8 summers, I taught at the North Carolina Governor's School, a residential summer program for our state's most talented, rising high school seniors. I had the honor of attending the school myself, and it was always a joy to return to the place that had made such an impact on my life and career. I got into teaching because I wanted to help the next generation of students learn how to test new ideas, wrestle with hard questions, and think for themselves. Those goals are at the core of the Governor's School's mission. The school promises parents that prospective students will be exposed to a wide range of differing viewpoints so they can explore their own perspectives with new insights. Yet, over the years, I could see we were failing to keep that promise to parents. Instead, the Governor's School was beginning to be dominated by critical race theory, gender ideology, and other progressive philosophies at the forefront of our culture. And students weren't being presented with alternatives to these philosophies, nor were they learning to test them, debate them, and evaluate them for themselves. Concepts like white fragility, privilege, systemic racism, and the supposed fallacy of the gender binary were treated as unassailable dogma, while optional campus events began to include safe spaces for particular groups and seminars tackling ideological themes like drag culture, marginalized genders in STEM, and how to avoid cultural appropriation. Beginning in 2017, I shared with colleagues and administrators my concerns about the effects of these movements on our teaching, curriculum, and learning environment. They didn't take my concerns seriously. All faculty at the Governor's School are invited to supplement their regular coursework with what they call optional seminars on topics of their choosing. So, I began offering lectures presenting alternatives to critical race theory and identity politics, while critiquing the lack of viewpoint diversity in American education. I asked students to challenge their own presumptions, experience other points of view, and draw their own reasonable conclusions from thoughtful analysis, so they will see the value in diversity of thought. Governor's School officials seem to understand that intention, and no one ever expressed any concerns or objections. But in the summer of 2021, during the question and answer sessions following my lectures, I experienced particularly palpable hostility from some students and fellow staff. They attacked whiteness and the patriarchy, even though my lectures were about ideas, not identities. After enduring especially aggressive pushback after a lecture, I sought out our site director several times the next day to discuss it. He was never in his office, but I did receive word that the program coordinator wanted to meet with me that afternoon. We'd always been on friendly terms, but this meeting was cool, terse, and to the point. My time at Governor's School was over. I asked why I was being fired, but he said that he was not at liberty to discuss that with me. He said only that officials were taking the English curriculum in a new direction. He never said what that new direction was, nor why I couldn't be a part of it. I can only presume that it entails a reversal of the principles of free inquiry and ideological diversity on which the program was founded. I reached out to Alliance Defending Freedom. Together, we filed a lawsuit to challenge my termination. By firing me, the Governor's School violated my constitutional rights to free speech. School administrators unlawfully retaliated against me for voicing my dissent to its ideological orthodoxy. More importantly, they denied students the right to listen and the opportunity to learn. And in so doing, They denied them the kind of educational experience that the governor's school promises. I'd like to see the founding principles of the governor's school restored. For the sake of the parents who entrust us with their students, as well as for the students themselves, I'd like to see greater accountability among those responsible for maintaining the governor's school's original mission of teaching students to think for themselves. And I'd like to be a part of that program again, helping our most gifted teens bring their fine minds to bear on the most important issues of our time. Follow my case at adflegal.org. You can find more videos like this at adflegal.org/freedommatters. Before you go, please like this video and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode.